What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So I just finished paying off my secret custom project. This project is over $10,000, folks. You will see it in probably 3 weeks or 4 weeks. It's currently being cast in silicone, glass eyes, handmade. And I know a lot of people want to know what it is. I likely will do a live unboxing when I get it, and then a separate review. But I did want to give you guys what I consider to be the potential candidates of the ultimate statue, if you know what I mean. This is what I consider the candidates, pieces that have the potential to be the best, depending on concept, likeness, detail, and so forth. I would say, and this is in no particular order, finally shipping off Pure Art Sauron head, just boxed it up, person paid it off. First would be Thanos. I own my Queen Thanos bust. I think there, obviously could be room for improvement, adding a second arm, for example. But I think Thanos has the, potential to be the best ever, because he's the ultimate villain, and he's extremely badass looking, and he's massive. So for me, Thanos is definitely up there as one of the best, and currently it is my favorite piece of my collection. Time will tell if the new custom one will beat it, but I believe Thanos is definitely, and we're going to talk about 15 different ideas here, folks. So Thanos is, one of them. Second one would be a life-size Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson, either Avengers 1 or Winter Soldier, perfect likeness to Scarlett. I think that definitely has the potential to be the best ever. I'm a huge fan of Scarlett. I fell in love with her. She was my number one for the longest time, and I think she's just absolutely freaking gorgeous. So she's definitely on the list. In her and the next two and one other are all on the list because they're badass characters, but they're also just gorgeous. So of course it adds that whole sex appeal. But the next would be a life-size Wonder Woman with perfect likeness, a life-size Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad 1 with perfect likeness, and a life-size Khaleesi with perfect likeness. I'm talking 99% likeness, folks. I believe all of them do have the potential of being the greatest ever, And any of these I'm talking about, we are talking about either a full-blown life-size like this or a bust. Either way, I think it has the potential. If the right concept is done in either bust form or full life-size form, I think they have the potential to be the best. So any of these I'm mentioning can be either bust or full scale, Next would be a life-size Kratos bust or Kratos statue. And I did want to actually show you guys my Kratos bust that I'm currently commissioned. So here, I did a short on it. This is by Owner Studios. But here is images of the Kratos bust. We are going to make a few tweaks, they're supposed to be black here on the Blades of Chaos. I need to fix the chains on this to go underneath that. Going to cut the beard a little bit more right there. As well as I'm going to make the base a darker gray. I'm not a huge fan of that gray color. Otherwise, I think it looks really good. We'll see, when I do get it in person, of course. You can't judge too much. And here is a size next to a person. This kind of looks like a small female, though. But Kratos as a character in general definitely has the potential to be the best. Here next to Owner, the guy who made it, I'm a little worried it might be a little underscaled, if I'm honest, because he looks bigger than him, and I'm huge, and Kratos should be as big as me. Because I'm 6'4", and I think Kratos is 7 feet, honestly. He's a huge guy. He's a god. But I do know this is a big piece in general, so we'll see. But like I said, Kratos is definitely on the list for me of being the ultimate, character, because he's the best video game character ever made. He is the most badass person, super cool looking, just like his look is awesome. So I definitely think Kratos, both OG and this the newer game version, I think both have the potential of being the best ever. Next will be life-size Arnold, whether it be bust, like this one, the Queen bust, or a full-blown life-size version. If you get, I've seen people convert an Arnold into a full life size. Like Inner Studios does that. They take the Queen bust and convert it into a life size. And I think Arnold definitely has the potential. He's an absolute legend. T2, one of the greatest. It's a perfect movie. And he definitely has to be battle damaged, in my opinion, for it to be ultimate, though. But Arnold, in my opinion, definitely has the potential to be the ultimate. So that's definitely one. Another would be Big Chap. Whether bust or life size, like I said, but I think Big Chap, aliens in general have the potential. They're one of the coolest looking creatures ever created on screen and in general. And I think they definitely have the potential of being the best. Same can be said about Predator, and I would say ideally Jungle Hunter, Berserker, or Wolf. Any of those three, but probably Jungle Hunter having like a ultimate life size or life size bust has the potential to be the greatest statue ever. I actually saw someone do the Cinemaquette made into a life size. It was done in Philippines, I think by Yexel. But he didn't get the details quite right, but the concept of, the Cinemaquette's a perfect concept. Next would be a giant T-Rex, something similar to the Queen T-Rex. I think the Queen T-Rex is extremely good, but there's definitely things I would change. I would fix the base. I don't really like the base that much. The details spot on. I would do Jurassic Park instead of Jurassic World. And I'd add leaves and whatnot, a little bit of jungle theme. But I do think a gigantic T-Rex like that has the potential to be the best, if you know what I mean. And I'm definitely a huge fan of the Queen T-Rex, and I've almost bought in it. But I just don't have confirmation yet. It could fit in my man cave. And even if it could, as of right now, I just don't know where I'd put it outside of, where you see the underworld right there. But I'm definitely a huge fan of that. Next would be a life-size Selene statue. Selene is another just like badass woman character who's also like 10 out of 10 hot. Just like Khaleesi, Wonder Woman, Harley, Black Widow. Those are like some of my favorite female characters. And Selene definitely grew on me from the Underworld movies and just in general, Kate Beckinsale, all her movies, I've really enjoyed her. So I'm very much looking forward to like the PCS one, but a life-size, statue, bust, infinity style, definitely has the potential, in my opinion, with perfect likeness, to be one of the best. Next would be life-size Scorpion for Mortal Kombat 10. I have the bust currently from PCS, but it's, it's sort of like those busts where it's just like cut off and doesn't look, it's not like a Infinity Studio style, but a half body or full size Scorpion MKX with an awesome concept has the ability to be one of the best statues, in my opinion. Because Scorpion, if you guys have not seen Scorpion's Revenge, he is so badass. He is such a cool character. He's so fun to play in the video game. He was my main, and he's super cool looking, cool voice, cool fatality. Everything about him is just awesome, and he's like definitely like my second favorite video game character right after Kratos. I still like Kratos more for sure, but Scorpion's number 2. And in general, I would put like my top 3 favorite characters as Vegeta, Kratos, and Scorpion. Another one would actually be Vegeta. Like a life-size Majin Vegeta. Now, my biggest problem with most life-size Vegetas is the scaling is always overscaled, and they make them like 8 feet tall. I don't need an 8-foot tall Vegeta. I want one that's accurate, and he's like 5'5" or something. Like, he's a short dude. Now, I don't know if that 5'5" is to the top of his hair or the top of his, like, scalp, but I want a size-accurate Majin Vegeta or Super Vegeta, with ultra good detail, as realistic for anime as you can get. I think that has the potential to be the best. I have yet to see any of the current customs out there truly do a size-accurate ultimate detail version. I think if we were to get it, KD would be the one to do it. Next would be life-size Shao Kahn. Also an extremely badass villain, super cool looking. Give me a giant half torso Infinity Studio style bust or a full-size statue. He would be ginormous because he's a huge character. Easily as big as like that Predator bust, for example, or like Aquaman. Removable helmet with a silicone skin underneath. Do an MK9 Shao Kahn. MK9, that's his best look. Next would be Goro. I think a half body Goro with all 4 arms, make it like 5 feet tall, make it like 5 feet wide. Dude, could you imagine that? I mean, you could go classic OG Goro, you could do MK10 Goro like my 1/3, but I think Goro, and frankly just a life-size Goro, you know, imagine like an 8-foot tall Goro. That would be one of the coolest things ever. And so that is my list right there, folks. That's the 15 statues I think have the potential of being the best. The 15 characters in general, whether it's bust or life size, they all have the potential of being the best ever, you know, and you guys will see in a few weeks what I get that I am highly hyping up to defeat Thanos bust in my collection and every other statue in my collection. You know, everything you see in this room will be taken down by that custom project that will be here, you know, in like 3.5 weeks. 3.5, 4 weeks, you will see it, and it is going to be absolutely glorious, folks. I cannot wait to show you. Anyways, folks, that is it. Hope you enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.